Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have the mini game Dark Tomb, the Crypts of Aurelian, brought to you by Kaz Games. Dark Tomb, the Crypts of Aurelian. Explore the Crypts of Aurelian, search for powerful items, battle gruesome monsters, and attempt to retrieve the legendary Amulet of Fire. The game takes 15 to 40 minutes to play. It's good for 1 to 5 players by Kaz Games. It was released in 2023, and of course, you can, for more information about this game, go to darktomb.com. So, I saw this online. I said this looked really cool, and I said I gotta pick up a copy of this. So here it is. I love the artwork. It's in a very small tin, so this is like to me, this is like a travel game, which is really cool. I'm always looking for an adventure. If I go on the road doing something, I got a game I could bring with me. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. Of course, we start with the rules. The sun hasn't risen over the city of Goraya in over a decade. Pestilence runs rampant and rations have dwindled to the mere scraps. Deep below the city's surface lie the dark and cursed crypts of Aurelian, where the most evil and destructive of creatures have been lain to rest. Some believe that the city's hard luck began almost 200 years ago upon the entombment of Aram, the most insidious executioner of his era. There are rumors that he was buried with the Amulet of Fire, a magical object so powerful it is not safe in the hands of any mortal. The only hope for Goraya is to search out Aram and reclaim the amulet to restore light to the land. Dark Tomb, 1 to 5 players, 1 to 4 play cooperatively. An additional player can play as the monsters. Created by Andy Bergman. Character setup, place all grade backed face cards up. Each player choose a card, then takes the corresponding action cards and matching colored cubes. Place 1 unmarked cube on the highest value of the HP track. Health can never go above this maximum. And then we got the chambers. You got intro, monsters, chamber tile, start tile, items and completion, chamber setup, your initiative, character turn, movement, free actions, revealing tiles, getting items, passing items, dropped items, attack types, straight line of sight, turn corners, straight attack through walls, multiple targets, line of sight, multiple targets, attack through walls. Got attacking, example of an attack, a chamber turn, monster movement, completing a chamber, and then terrain, stone, walls, obstacles, water, and gates. So there's a total of 14 pages of rules. Crypts of Aurelian, you got the Chamber of Decay, the Catacombs, and Orum's Tomb. So you got 3 parts to this game. Again, for more details and a backstory at darktomb.com. So there's your cool rule book. I don't want to dump everything out here, but dropped a couple things here right off the bat, so we're gonna have to dump it out. First thing we get is your handy dandy D20, which is used in any RPG game. So it's regular size. Oh, that's a fumble. Ones are never good. So that's a bad omen right there. There's your die that comes with this. So we're gonna do that. So, as it said, you have a whole bunch of different cubes, different colors. This one has a little axe on it. It's just a regular white cube. Got a little blue cube again. I think this one should have it. Oh, there's nothing in it. Okay. So I'm assuming, oh, you got a black one. It has a little 0 on it. So it says, I don't know what that means. So you got some icons on them. Again, this is a little game. So everything's a little small on it. You got the no triangle up there. So it seems that all the black ones have different icons on them. And of course, makes me a liar, and this one has nothing on it. Beautiful. This one has nothing on it. Okay, so you got a couple there that have nothing on it, and maybe this one has nothing on it. All right, nothing. So you remember here, the white go with the white. There's nothing on the white one so far. Nope, I didn't see anything on any of the white ones, and they got one last white one here. All right. Got another blue one. Nothing on it. Okay. Oh, see, this yellow one has an icon on it also. It's got a sword. So I'm assuming that's for each of the classes. You got barbarian with an axe, or dwarf with an axe, and you got some kind of soldier with a sword. Oh, looks like a potion maybe, some kind of wand. So maybe that's a magic user. Dice there, and then of course you got your other cubes here. And these don't have, oh, there you go. And this one's got yourself a scimitar on it. Okay, so that's got green. So obviously there's 4 characters or classes to play from. These again have their different icons on them. Not exactly sure what the icons indicate, but there you go. And the white ones seem to have nothing on them. And then you've got tiles and cards. So we got all different kinds of cards. So let's see, take a look here. These look like they are red. So when we looked at it, it appeared to me that there were, oh, in the back there, different colored. So maybe these are for part 3. Yep, so the part 3, that's what I thought. Okay, put your die over there with that. So let's take a look at that. Part 3, let's flip that over there. So you got your handle, so it's a weapon. So it says range 1 to 4. Use alone with ball or chain, with ball and chain. Use in place of action. Automatic hit with to 1 monster. Discard after use. Boards. Boards provide flotation, enabling passage across water. While possession, movement on all terrain is reduced by 1 space per turn. So the weight of it is heavy. So chain, use alone, ball or handle, right? Use in place of action. Automatic hit to 1 monster. Okay. You get a shift. A chamber or tile shifts, carrying all items, monsters, and characters with it. If not yet revealed, the tile remains face down. Got the iron ball. Got an Adran. So this is some kind of creature that you're going to be fighting. Armor class to hit, 2 wounds, and then a hit point tracker. So I don't know. I think it has a total of 4 wounds down there. So yep, hit point says 9. All right. Oh, that must be the character. That's what this one here is for. So this is obviously a villain. So it gets that icon there. Okay. So that's how you identify the bad guys. Okay. Okay. Then you have a dragon, which has the 0, which is down there also. You have Aurum. Again, another creature has that icon on it. And then you have your tiles that you place the guys on. And you place it as the map. They tell you how to set up at the beginning of the game. And you have an amulet. You notice a slight glow on a nearby stone slab and immediately recognize the amulet of fire. A wave of warmth passes over you, knowing that light will once again shine upon the city of Goraya. I guess that's the thing you're looking for. And of course, here you go. So there is the starting. This is Orum's tomb, chamber 3. You enter a vast, damp, carnivorous crypt, and since you've reached your destination, the final resting place of Aurum. Deep pools of water can be found here, which are impossible to cross without aid. So all of these cards are included. So again, this is your map so it's going to tell you how to lay it out. So if you look over here, it'll tell you inside the booklet here, I think it'll tell you how to set up the individual tombs for each of the mysteries, or maybe you pull them one at a time. Again, we're gonna have to read. I never tried this yet, so we're gonna have to pull it out. So there has to be a starting tile here. One of them has to be a start. And I'll tell you here somewhere. All right. So that's for level 3. So let's see what else we got here. And here are your cards for level 2. It's got the 2 on it, which I like that. That's cool. So again, you've got your special, your stuff that you're finding, your loot. So a key opens a lock to allow passage through one gate. Gate remains open until once unlocked. Use a free action when adjacent to the gate. Discard after use. So it's a one-time use. Another key. Got a hammer, a trident, crossbow, arachnids. So again, you're using the black to represent the villains that you have in the when you're meeting them in the crypts or on the adventure. Arachnids. You got a mummy. You got a sargon, and then you have your map tiles. There's your map tile 1, map tile 2, map tile 3, 4, 5. That's your starting one, because that tells you where, as a character, where you're going to start. That's it. Okay. The Catacombs, Chamber 2. You've entered a twisted labyrinth of narrow corridors through the decrepit Aurelian burial site. Several vaults are protected by impenetrable gates designed to keep the spirits in and the marauders out. Repose. So that's at the end if you defeat it, and there's another key. All right. That's cool. So that's all the stuff. That's part 2 of the tomb. You have your map tiles, your loot, and the villains that you'll be facing, and your intro card. Let me go back here real quick because I didn't get to show the map that well. So again, there's the maps there. Again, there's your map, and it tells you where. Got some loot there, and it tells you exactly where your character starts off, depending which character you're going to be. So there you are. And then we're going to go to your first adventure, which would be this one here. So I've noticed also as you go up in level, the weapons get stronger and stronger, obviously, because you fight stronger foes. Obviously, you got a spear, range 1 to 4, use alone, use with fire, use in place of action, automatic hit to 1 monster discard after use. You got fire. So you're fighting just like any basic module. Armor 12, easy to hit. Rat swarm. So they got 7. Looks like their movement is 7 and their hit points are 8. Okay. An elixir for healing. Then you got henchmen you have to fight. Chamber decay. Chamber 1. You descend into a cold, dark chamber divided by enormous stone walls. Wretched odor of ancient decay hangs in the air. You advance cautiously, and sudden movement in the shadows catches your eye. Okay, and then that's the end of the. Let's see, a distant light. After a brief moment rest, you notice a small glimpse of light illuminating from a crack in the far wall, which leads you in a narrow stone tunnel. You slowly make your way through on hands and knees, taking in a deep breath before entering the catacombs. All right, so that, again, like I said, that leads you to part 2. All right, again, there are your map tiles again. That's where your loot goes, but it's where the bad guy is. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that could be where your villain is at. And this is your starting point depending on which kind of character you are. And transport. It's another piece of loot that you can get. All right. So again, there's your number 1, number 2, number 3. Those are your 3 parts of your adventure. The cubes. You have a couple more cards here. And these are all these cards. So let's take a look what it is. So you have your different classes that you can be. So this icon here, which is the orange, you are Draven. Your armor's 12, you can move 5, and you have a total of 8 hit points. Looks like he's a magic user. You got Odin, who is over here. I guess the blue is the axe. It's got 6 movement, armor 15. He's got 7 hit points. So I'm assuming the one with the axe, whatever happened to that one. All right. Of course, I pick up the 2 that don't have it. There's the axe. So obviously this is going to be the one that you put on the map, and this is the one that you're going to use here to keep track of your hit points and things of that nature. So there you go. That makes sense to me. There's the axe. Okay. Elias, again, got the scimitar, armor 14, movement 6, and has 7 hit points. So Draven seems to have the most with 8 because he also has the weakest armor. So he's got 14, Owen's got 15, Draven has 12. And then you got Aldrich, armor 13, movement of 5. He's got the sword. He has 8 hit points. So these are your 4 characters that you can be in the game. That's cool. So you have 4 pre-made characters. All right, you got some cards for 2 cards for Draven. So his actions, he's got a quarterstaff. He could fight with that. He gets +4. Shield and strike, 2+2 armor to you and any characters on adjacent spaces this round. You can use that. And again, Draven, you can use Gust of Fire, +0, or you could run. You could dash, move up to 3 additional spaces. So you're going to use these cards with your character. And this is their options for actions for that round. So you got a battle axe, heal, roll 14 of 20 and heal 1 hit point, 1 successful use per level. Bolt strike, -2. Dash, move up to 3 additional spaces. Elias. So from what I remember reading in the rules is that like any of these, you can use these only once per turn. So you have to choose what you're going to do. So when you first get into the maze, you might want to dash and move additional spaces. When you're from a distance, you can throw a poison dart. When they're up close, you might want to use your regular sword, and you might use your stealth attack. So there you go. That's Elias. And you have Aldrich. Again, broadsword, strike back, dagger, sling, and dash. Move up to 3 additional spaces. So it looks like they all have the dash. And so this tells you your character turn. You're going to move, you're going to take an action. Free actions, reveal tiles, get items, pass items. And chamber turn. Seismic event, roll 17 to 20. All characters take 1 damage. Monster turn, yep, like I said, that's the icon that tells you on the map where the monsters are lay. So every time you go through every time you move, automatically you have to do a seismic event. Again, you roll 17 to 20, you take damage from that. Monster turns, move, attack, 1 to 5 on attack, flee 4 spaces. And there you have it. And that's inside the box where you keep all your goodies in. So there you have it. This is everything that's included in this unboxing of Dark Tomb, Crypts of Aurelian, brought to you by Kaz Games. As always, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You could also hit that subscribe button. This way, you can also always be kept up to date as to any time we release any new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for coming. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.